The life is so short, we're just here for a period of time before our time here is expired. We all can agree about that. It is called death, which is a subject that nobody likes to talk about. Nobody likes to hear because we are so busy engrossed in the life, which is an examination and a test. The creator who created us, he tests us. The life here is a test. And he put us each differently. He give us an examination, a test. And we either pass our test daily, minutely, hourly, yearly, as we spend years upon years doing this test until one day our exam is over. We have to leave this life. Now, I can't say to someone, my mother or my father, God rest their soul, what their test is going to be, is the result of their test. I can't speak about them. I can only speak for myself and hope for them that they will pass their test, because there's only one master that's going to mark our test. He is the only judge. And many of us don't believe that he's going to judge us. Many of us think that the life is just here for us to party, enjoy ourselves, make a good business, get rich, be billionaires, and go out, with a nice, good name. But no, that's just the test here. After your test is gonna be marked, and you're gonna get the result of it. The book says you're gonna be given your book in your hands, and it's gonna have everything that you ever done. Be it that you hide yourself and do it, or be it that you make it in the light and do it, or be it that you adhere to some of the commandment that one would expect that you would have learned and try to uphold them, which is, thou shalt not have any other God, thou shalt not worship any other God but the one. Thou shalt not create any graven images, and so forth and so on. These are some of the commandments that we're given. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And we break them every day. We kneel on a guy's neck and take the life out of him. And we have no right to do so. We lie even on God. And we have no right to do so. We say that God is this and he's that. And without questioning ourselves, where do we get this information from? If we read it in a book, we twist it to suit our own understanding and our own sect, without thinking that we're going to be accountable for it. So on that day of our examination, right? Be it that we believe it or we don't. Many of us believe that we are God ourselves. Many of us believe that the only place, this is it right here. This is only the life that we have to live. So we got to do everything within our power to make use of the goodness of it. But no, this is just the test. And if we can't live and pass the test among ourselves, then we fail the test before we even hand in our test papers to the master, the judge of us all. So it would be good and it would make sense that we could just say, maybe I'll just think that let me try to do the best that I can do. What if it is so? Right? So just to be on the safe side. But no, many of us are convinced already. And we only, if we could keep that to ourselves, but we try to give that to somebody else. And we try to spread something that is false information, a lie, to the whole of humanity, rather than just keep an open mind and the open thought. That would be good. As I say to everyone, if we listen, which is one of our senses, to what I have to say, and think about what I have to say, all of us will be judged by the real judge. And whoever have any sense to go, that would sit for a moment and think, doesn't matter what you're doing, at the end of the day, just sit for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is not a long time. Sit and think, contemplate, meditate, try to meditate. Ask yourself the question, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? Suppose I die. Where do I go? Is life just to eat, drink, party, have a good time? And that's it? I just die? That's it? And many of you say, oh, I'm not religious. It has nothing to do with being religious. There is three talk about religious or religion. There is three religion: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. All the other that comes from it, they are false, but something is true to someone because that's his thing. So he believed in it so much, he make it to be true to him. Just as maybe you'll say about this. But no, I'm speaking from a book that can be proven. But I can't, there's no logic how I can bow down to a stone or a tree or even a man that is like myself, right? I prefer to believe in a God that when I look at the creation, I think that, well, there is something that make the sky. There's something that make the sun, and there's something that make the stars. There's someone, and that someone is greater than the things that I see, the created things that I see, including myself. And that someone is unique. And that someone don't have no mother like me. That someone is not my father, even though I may say father. But that someone is not my father. The only father I have is in the grave. You know what I'm saying? You know, him and my mother had to get together, and I'm the most beautiful thing that was created. Likewise, yourself, from my mother and father, decreed from the Creator, of course. And so is every man living, every man alive. So the beauty about all of this is for one to try to meditate, try to contemplate, and try to contemplate deeply. Don't be in a hurry. You don't have to be in a hurry. Even though we're created in a hurry, we have a tendency to rush to do things. We want an answer right away, right? And when we cannot get an answer right away, like right now, everybody wants to get back to the life they drink in their friends to whoever, and they cannot wait for result from this virus, this coronavirus that makes us sick. So it is with many of us. We are sick, right? We are so sick, we are not able to think. But we are existing, but we are sick. So a man that is sick and he doesn't even know that he is sick, he has a disease, he doesn't even know that he has a disease, he is likely to infect others 100% without even the others knowing that they're affected. And so it is in the society of humankind. We are sick because of the lack of the knowledge of the truth. Many of us have the wrong knowledge that make us not unwell. And you can be unwell until you reach to a point of, with whatever makes you sick, which ignorance make one become sick. These are the elements that make up a sick person. Ignorance is one of them. Being biased is one of them. Being racist is one of them. So a combination of having all these things together makes you become sick, a sick individual, and then you remain in the society with all with all this infection, and it infect your whole being, and you spread this infection throughout the society of humankind, your own society. First, that's who you give it to. And then they in turn give it to the other society. Right? So we all are a percentage of sickness is all in the society of humankind. So I'm not pointing the finger at any society of the human race, of humanity, but we are sick within our societies, and the only thing that can better us is this book. The medicine is in this book, but we have to understand that we're sick and understand that we require a doctor and we require medication and we require to be looked after, to become well again, to become whole again, and to become well from our sickness. So you have people that are trying to assist us, but some of us don't believe that we are sick. Some of us think that the people who are trying to assist us, they're crazy. They're the sick ones, and they're the one that needs assistance. So, with a thinking like that, we are only making ourselves and our society more sick. Because, for example, if the black society has a percentage of sick people, white society have a percentage of sick people, Asian society have a percentage of sick people, and all the society that you can name that can be mentioned has a percentage of sick people, but they themselves does not think that they're sick, then they're just infecting each other. Because we all suffer from the same thing, sickness. And the book says there's a morsel, there's a morsel of flesh that that is within our makeup, the body. If it goes sick, then the whole body is defected. And that's the heart. So many of us, how is our heart? Do we ever ask the question? How is our heart? How are we thinking? How do we think? How do we transmit this thinking to our brothers and sisters, to our family, our immediate family, our neighbor? We can see around here with someone even just looking at me and seeing that I'm a different color, I can see how he demonstrates what's in his heart towards me. There is sickness comes out. With human being thinking and behaving like animals, and worse than animals, we can see and understand the level of the sickness of the heart of any human being and any society. In our society of a culture of black people, we are so sick. We annihilate our own self by ourselves. We start doing that. The rate of our murder is so high among ourselves. And if we check it out, we could say similar with the white people and so forth and so on. But the fact is, how do we get well? The big question is, do we want to get well? And to get well is the ability to see that you're unwell. Yourself is unwell. Again, you have to point the finger to yourself. But then if you're going to point the finger and keep blaming another race of people that is sicker than you, then it's going to reach to a point where it is of no return, chaos. And then the creator always step in when it reaches that point and take over, right? So that's when he has to change things, right? So we have the minor signs of how he go to work, right? And we have the major signs, right? Anyone of us think that it's going to be better around here? Man is going to just believe what I'm saying and do better within themselves? Never. What's the chance of people seeing this video and really checking it out and think about just a few things that I'm saying seriously? 1,000,000,000 to 1. Or 1 in a billion. But does that mean that I shouldn't try to put it out there? No, because really all that is out there is just things to amuse the people that we amuse ourselves by. But in this amusement, after it is done, because the life is temporary, then we're left with the reality to face the music by ourselves. And the tune is separating darkness from light, light from darkness. You're either in the light of the truth, balance, sitting within the reality of it, or you are in the darkness, believing fake news and the darkness, the falsehood that can just save you here because you have a big gathering and a lot of people agree with you. I'm not looking for a lot of people to agree with me. I'm looking for you to understand the logic of being able to check out the last revelation right here. That comes to everybody. That comes for everybody. All the humankind. all of mankind. Check it out, read it, and try to understand it for yourself. It is the only thing that is left that's going to save us. It's right here. But you say no. Oh, first of all, it's in Arabic, and you like to shoot your mouth off, and you like to say, oh, what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's speaking from their own desire. You know what I'm saying? And no one is listening to each other. Just everybody want to talk and just have their say. Okay, you're free to talk and have your say, but it's also good to listen to each other, right? And check out some things that we're saying to one another, right? If you hold something that you thought to be the truth, and I come to you and I tell you that I studied, brother, let it go. Hold on to this because I've listened to you, right? Here is something a little bit more straightforward that will get you to realize the situation and the reality at hand. The reality here, when we are here together, and also the reality when we leave here. You see, the great forgiver is only one. He is the only one that can forgive us. And he said, I'm closer to you than this vein right here, the jugular vein. So what you're looking for is right with you. God is right with you. And he's ready to forgive you and to show you a new way how to grow in what is right, righteousness, and to leave all of that. It may make you happy and famous, but it's just for a little while. It is what he gives you to test you, to draw you close to him. But you take it as something that, hey, I'm famous in this life. Oh, I'm famous in this life. I got everything. I got 10 houses, so much acres of land, so much, I'm value at so much billions. So therefore, I'm good to go. I got a perfect family. I'm not short of anything. Well, how about thinking that you're short of the understanding of your creator that give you all of that? You're not even utilizing and using it in the right way. Because how many houses and how many cars and how many planes you can live in and fly at the same time and live in at the same time and spend all the money at the same time? What about all the other people that are poor? What about all the other hospitals that need to be built in other places that you're from? And somebody simple just come to remind you to do that. And you say, just one of them Muslim talking, right? Right? And you automatically compare me with the ignorance that is mixed itself and try to align itself with the ones that are not ignorant. And you judge me already when you are going to be judged, and you're not here to judge anyone. No man is here to judge anyone unless they're going to judge each other by what's here, what is in this book, what is in the books, right? Because what is in the three books, the Torah, the Injil, and the Quran, it's the same. It's the same. One truth, different time. What came before it? It could be true. But I am busy with the here, the now, and after I leave here. That's where my past, present, future comes in. So we are told to believe and we disbelieve. That's fine. So we want to remain sick. So when we're given things to do, because we're sick, we can't do them correctly. A sick man cannot utilize a billion pound or $1 billion. He's sick. All he'll do with the $1 billion is to do sick things because he's not thinking in a balanced